Hello, my name is Hudson. I am a sophomore at Eau Claire University. I am studying abroad in Japan. Welcome back to my personal project to keep up track of all the stuff that I have done, will be doing, and maybe I can inspire somebody to do this to travel abroad as well. Because I think it's a lot of fun. Hi, I missed yesterday, specifically on purpose, actually, because I did absolutely nothing yesterday. Yesterday was I woke up really, really late for whatever reason, and I just didn't do anything. I bought um, realistically, I didn't do like anything. Um, I stayed just in my room, just trying to get out of a sleeping stupor, which is a little bit embarrassing, and I shouldn't. But between waiting for classes to start and the anticipation, just kind of building, and it was I don't know. I was exhausted from doing absolutely nothing. My brain is just fried from the lack of excitement. For school days were super exciting, but since class is starting tomorrow, a little more exciting today. But I'll give you the rundown of today and yesterday. Yesterday, I wasn't until I wasn't hungry at all yesterday, and if I was more snacky. But pardon me, I had uh, instant ramen that I made closer to 2 o'clock, and then actually around 7, I had decided to walk around just to move. I was just so antsy. Uh, and I walked no particular place to go. I went down to Lawson and turned right, and then kind of walked down that street until I could not walk any further. Um, I actually got to a bridge that I could have gone under, but then I decided to turn around and I stopped at McDonald's because there's McDonald's right there for a little taste of home. And it was first of all, I got an egg in my cheeseburger, which I thought was surprising. Second of all, I met some young Japanese man introduce himself to me, which was super super cool. And he knew about like the Yui, he knew about Kansai Garai. He was studying abroad in Malaysia, and he's like a high school student, I believe. No, he's not. He's a college student, and he's studying for computer science. That's the part of the conversation that I had with him. But he just walked over and introduced himself, which was super cool. We had a conversation about English dialect. He's learning Spanish. He knows Japanese. He knows English. He's a very talented young man. I don't remember his name, but it was very the beginning of the pronunciation was difficult. It was like a RYU sound, like a what do you or what do you or what do you or something like that. Very nice man, very nice young man. He didn't have to come introduce himself to me. I knew I was sitting alone like a weird foreigner, but he didn't need to do that. And for that, I thank him. But super cool guy, super cool guy. After that, I came back here and went to bed. I was not very awake. Today, however, a little bit different. I had made plans previously to walk around, or at least go out and just explore something else with someone, have an excuse to get to know someone more, a little more, talk to someone, um, aside from random chance and the balls of a young Japanese man. But I just lost my train of thought. we I decided to text the friend that I went the young woman RA friend of mine. Again, I don't know if I should be naming names or not, but um, asked her if she would be interested in walking around today, and she said, "Great, sounds interesting." She had stuff to do anyway, so it worked out well. I was just basically went from exploration to let me tag along and look at some more stuff that I haven't seen. And with that, first we walked. I thought we were going to the Nakamiya campus, but we were not. We went down to the bus station, uh, and we walked around there for a little bit. We explored. Well, she had stuff to do. I tagged along and explored what I hadn't seen before. But there we went to. First stop was the bookstore, and there was a Starbucks inside. And I got a breakfast wrap with a very strange sauce and a chocolate frappuccino because why not? And I'm not homesick. I'm not. I just like chocolate. Hush, my phone's buzzing. Um, oops. Um, Problem solved. Um, but we walked around the bookstore, and I found a book on Osaka, kind of like culture and stuff, which I thought was interesting. Granted, I couldn't read any of it, so I looked at most of the pictures. But there's a couple of prefectures that were labeled for whatever reason in English. There was a couple train lines that I thought were pretty cool. I saw pictures of some very tasty looking food. But she needed to buy a book for class, so while she did that, I kind of hung back and looked at picture books. All the other books that had like that actually had pictures on it were all like cellophane wrapped, so I couldn't read any manga, which was a little upsetting, but understandable. I mean, if you're gonna pay someone for a book, if you're gonna pay for a book that you can look at right away, there's really no point in not leaving and just kind of finishing it there. But whatever, keep your marketing secrets, I suppose. Uh, After the bookstore, walked downtown, further not downtown, further down through the station for that little complex to what was basically a dollar store. And I was looking for shower shoes because I don't have any, and I'm realizing now how kind of gross that is. But if you're going to college, get shower shoes. I forgot mine at home. I didn't even think about it. So I looked for some shower shoes, but I couldn't find any in that store. And then I forgot about it. Since when we left the store, I completely just after we left, it was just gone. I just didn't think about it. Um, this is super mundane and super boring, and I apologize. And tomorrow will be much more exciting. I have my first day of class tomorrow. After the dollar store that I didn't get anything from, went up to where did we go to? I'm trying to think. Where did we go? Oh, that's right. We went down to. There are two vendor-ish places, um, and this is this is much later. We were in the bookstore for actually quite a while. Um, and there were two vendors, and we were talking about food when we were going through the culture book, the heritage book, and there were two dishes that she mentioned and pointed out specifically inside the book, and I don't remember what either of them called, but one of them is a. Both of them were very doughy. One of them was a meat bun, and the other one was a kind of a hush puppy with octopus inside. Tried the latter first. Not the biggest fan of octopus. Learned that today. And I know that I'm gonna get some mixed opinion on this, but it was just not very good. It just wasn't. It just wasn't very good. It was I don't know. And she loved it. She thought it was super good. So clearly it was done properly. But it tasted very salty. It was just really chewy. It was just not. It's not a texture thing. It wasn't a tasting either. It just wasn't a very pleasant experience for me. The meat bun, however, was delicious. It was like a full. It was just a bun, just a little like a little roll that was packed full of pork and onions and some delightful concoction like flavor. So that was good. I enjoyed that. A little sweet for my taste, but if I could make it again, if I could make it, I could make it a little more savory. It was pretty tasty. I really did like that. Um, from that, it was Actually, before we even got to taste it, we had to go to two different stores to buy it. One was like an outdoor kind of, there's like a wall that you just walked up to, and the vendor was inside the wall in the little kiosk kind of thing. And then the other one was actually inside a small market in under the train station. Pardon me. And that's where we got the meat buns, and those are pretty good. I have to go back to get more of those. They'll probably be better hot than I imagined them, but um, after we made our purchases for food, I realized I really had to go to the bathroom, so I had to explore the market. And above that, the market is like a clothing store, which I did not see coming. It was like just it was market, like inside market, and like fish and meat and like fresh produce, but being made a lot of mostly seafood was like being made in that store. It's like all white, it looks like a deli, like a straight out of New York. And then you walk upstairs, and then boom, you're in IKEA, and it. So that was interesting. Um, yeah, I got flashbanged by IKEA, but going downstairs and tried our food. I definitely prefer the meat bun, but that's just me. After that, it was a little. It was a lot, like it, especially a lot of dough. So we went to another market around the corner, the same one, more of like a actually kind of like a supermarket, so closer to like a Pick and Save or a Harmon's kind of deal. And I got a bottle of water. At least I did. She got a bottle of tea, and then walked back to Yui, and that was it. And then here I bought small little cream pies, not oatmeal cream pies, but like it's like a chocolate pie with vanilla filling. It's pretty tasty actually. I had for I didn't eat much for dinner. I had a pre-made sandwich in here that I had, and then I had some Japanese Pringles. Not sponsored. I could be. I could be sponsored by Pringles. That would be kind of awesome, actually. That would be super hilarious. I feel like I should just that should be my brand. Sponsored, not sponsored by Pringles. No, because then what's the point? Because then why would they ever sponsor me if I'm doing ads for them for free? Silly. Um, unless I get some serious press, I could be sponsored by Pringles. I could absolutely be sponsored by Pringles. That doesn't seem like a problem at all. um, and I'm just kind of in here. I did set an alarms for tomorrow morning, and actually for the rest of my week. I'm gonna be waking up tomorrow. Turns out my first class is Japanese, and it's not at 9:30 like I thought thought originally. So that'll be interesting. It's at 9, so I have an alarm for 8, and then my next class isn't until like 3. And then Tuesday and Thursday, my Japanese class is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and my culinary arts class is on Tuesday and Thursday. It doesn't start until 10:45. So I have alarms at 9. Just try and keep it a little bit consistent, but give me like an hour of sleep. I don't imagine I'll have much homework. I know obviously learning a language is going to be a lot of work, and my history class is going to be a little more challenging than I care to admit, specifically with dates and names, which is all history is. But it'll be interesting to learn. I'm excited to learn about like I keep saying like have a like counter. That'll be fun. A little bit degrading. Uh, and there's my I'm anticipating to learn about the samurai. That's medieval, but and kind of like the way that they thought of about things. Feudal tribes. samurai, Bushido, just how they functioned in general. Feudal Japan is actually really cool. So it's really cool to learn about. And I'll probably share a lot of what I learned about here. This would be a great study guide. Just listen to me rambling again. So, yeah. Alarms set. It is currently. My bad. What time is it? 10:03 p.m. So I don't have to be up for another 11 hours. Even though I'll probably go to bed much sooner. Oh, well, 10 hours. 10 hours. I'll probably be in bed within the hour. So, yeah. Kind of a shorter episode today, even though it was a recap of 2 days. But these last 2 days were just, again, very relaxed. And last day of summer vacation, even though it feels like a, a bigger step. Especially considering that I'm not going to be going to school in the US. This is not a vacation. This is genuine school. And that starts tomorrow, and that needs to get through my head. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult. I need to consider this place school. Well, no, I should consider school. This is home. This is relaxing. This is chilling out. It's important to make that distinction. Last semester, when I was in Eau Claire, I didn't make the distinction, which was a mistake, and it made doing homework in my room pretty difficult, especially considering that I had all the time to not do my homework. I got it all done. I got everything done to the best of my ability, which I always try to do. But then, especially for like an aspiring college student, please separate your home and your work. It's a far cry distant of a difference. It can be stressful, especially if you're a brand new student uh, getting into the swing of things. Just making sure that you have separation between how you go about studying and where you live. Your living space shouldn't be stressful. I was fortunate enough to have a roommate that allowed me to mess around in my room and not make it feel like it was a constant place for homework. So, yeah, those are my 2 cents for the evening. So, yeah, that's about it. I got nothing else to report. First day of school tomorrow. It feels real. But it feels real. I know it's real, but it just seems like it snuck up on me. But yeah, that'll do it for me for tonight. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for listening to me ramble for 20 minutes. Uh, mm-hmm. Yeah, I got nothing else to report. I got nothing. I have to get ready for tomorrow. I need to put stuff in my backpack. I need to be able to take notes and stuff. So I only have 2 classes tomorrow. I think I have 2 classes a day, which is pretty cool. So yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for being here with me, and I will see you tomorrow. So thank you. Arigato.